Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 19 of the Gilded City 2, The Lost Kingdom. We're back. We're back at it. If you didn't see the last episode, it's our first episode back to the main campaign after a little break. So go check that out, and then you're all caught up for this episode. And then when you are watching this episode, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on social media at Rollerskill DND on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. This would be a really good place to throw up that X% of you aren't subscribers to the channel thing that so many YouTubers do. But we're a tiny channel, and I'm mostly speaking to the void at this point, which is fine.
Do we know the stats on that?
Anyway.
It's like 6.
It's like, no. Anyway, if you're excited, let us know. Otherwise, we are going to go ahead and dive on in to tonight's episode. Content warning. Ravenloft as a setting can feature disturbing themes and ideas, and while it is never going to be our intention to upset anyone, it is worth noting. Specific tags can be found in the description of this episode. Last time, the party ventured out from the safety of Van Richten's home back into the mists of Ravenloft. After a long day of travel, they finally arrived at their destination, the Carnival, where they hoped to meet up with the detectives Alanik Ray and Arthur Sedgwick. Upon arrival, they first had a meeting with Auntie Polly, a fate reader, who is able to discern the destinies of several of the party members for a price. Afterwards, they proceeded into the Carnival proper and quickly learned that the Carnival workers were somewhat put off by the residents of the nearby town Viktal, who seemed unnaturally cheery. They also discovered from Hermos, the second in command of the Carnival, that the detectives they were looking for had disappeared recently. He told them he'd take them to meet the Carnival's leader, Isolde, to speak with her in greater detail about the missing detectives. So, this is where we are picking up. Hermos has sort of led you across the Carnival grounds into sort of a kind of like a backstage, quote unquote, area where you see a bunch of Carnival workers sort of on break. They've taken off their costume, they're relaxing, having a bite to eat, whatever. And you're led through this area with still colorful but less ostentatious tents, all the way to sort of the center of this area where a slightly larger tent is stationed. Hermos, who's again like 10 feet tall, has to sort of crouch down and sticks his entire head in through sort of the doorway of this tent. And you can't make out what the person on the other side is saying, but you hear Hermos, even though he's whispering, saying, there are some folks here asking about the detectives. They seem capable. I thought you would want to speak with them. Muttering again from the inside, Hermos pops his head back out. and gestures for you all to enter the tent. Assuming you do so.
Yeah, we'll just keep walking.
Assuming you do so, you go inside and you see this sort of nice area. Like there have been some wood pallets have been laid out on the ground, and then the canvas has been erected over it. And you see, you know, it's a decently sized tent, but it's still a tent, so it's not massive. In one corner, you know, there's sort of a cot set up. Next to the cot is a sort of a wooden trunk. And then in the center of the space is this table with sort of this very slight gilding that is faded, but is in the pattern of like a sort of a leaf kind of design. And you see the sole occupant of the tent is before you. This is an elven woman, but given just how long her ears are, you would guess that she is one of the Eladrin, the elves. As a reminder, the elves that call the Feywild their original home. She's relatively tall, has a very dark skin, and has at her belt a long sword strapped. And this is Isolde, and I will also send y'all a picture.
You get a pic?
You get a pic. So.
Whoa.
Ooh.
It's giving dark side vibes.
I sold simply will all sort of enter. And she says, well, welcome. Travelers, please have a seat if you can find somewhere to sit. I'm told you're after our detective friends, yes?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Why?
We have some questions that we think they have information about. We're looking for a dude. I'm Nyx, by the way.
Nyx. Isolde is my name. You have some questions for the detectives. They're in high demand, as always. I currently have them on retainer, you might say, to look into a matter for me. Before I divulge more information, what proof have I that you are not spies sent to undermine?
Who would we be spying for?
Yes, that's just what one of his followers would say.
Sorry. Have we stumbled into a very tense situation? We're not from this material plane.
No.
We were guided here. A man named Van Richten said that we might know, or that the detectives might know where a wizard we're looking for is.
And you've never heard of the caller?
No? How would you spell
You mean
that?
like the caller or like the caller?
Neither. We've heard of neither, but
or
just
colander.
I didn't hear.
I will go ahead and say, Artemis, go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage. Given that everybody else has been chiming in.
Thank God. What's my thing? Persuasion. 23.
She studies you for a minute. Well, it seems your confusion is genuine. The caller, as in calling out loud, calling with your voice, It's what he's known by. Anyway, old enemy.
Is that what the detectives are investigating? Something to do with?
I have reason to suspect that one of the supposedly loyal members of my troop has been feeding information to my old adversary. So I hired Alanik Ray and Arthur Sedgwick to look into the matter. They are the best detectives in all of Ravenloft, so, figured I'd have them look into it, and then I can handle judgment. And at that, she pats her sword.
Is that the name?
When the traitor... No. The sword is named Nepenthe.
A name for my sword.
You don't have a name for your sword?
Well, I don't know if it's really mine to name.
Nepenthe, when I acquired it, already had the name. I just... At any rate, as much as I would love to go chasing after the caller myself and put an end to his machinations, I've got duties here at the Carnival that I can't, as much as some days I would like to, I can't shirk. And so the caller occasionally tries to get under my skin. Hermos thinks I'm paranoid, but it's not paranoia if it's really happening.
That's what I always say.
Who is the car? Is this another Carnival, like a competitor or
No,
an
the
enemy
caller is from before my time in the Carnival. Those years are frustratingly hazy, but I do know this: the caller is responsible for the death of some former friends of mine, and the caller has been stirring up things in Ravenloft to stir his own machinations for millennia. Caller's insidious. The caller can disguise himself. The caller can worm his way into your mind. At any rate, that is not why you're here.
Is that his real name?
No one knows his real name. He's just known as the caller.
That's kind of cool.
Names, at least where I come from, originally, the Feywild, names have power. And so, the caller is simply known as the caller. But you're not here for the caller. You're here about the detectives. They were looking in to find out which member of my troop was feeding information to the caller. They had informed me that they were close to the end of their investigation. I asked them who their chief suspects were. They said it was best if I remained patient until they could deliver the final verdict with all the evidence. I said very well, more or less, and then we arrived here in Tempest. very shortly. We've only been here 2 days, mind you. Less than 6 hours after we arrived here, Ray and Sedgwick went missing. And, I wouldn't see them every constant minute of every day. Detective work involves going about and talking to people and blending in and all that, but they disappeared and then they just never showed back up. I suspect that whoever the traitor is either led them into Viktal, into Tempest, or convinced them that they needed to go into Tempest for some reason, to leave the carnival grounds. So, naturally, I am interested in finding out what happened. But I can't leave the grounds of the carnival. As I say, I've got a lot of responsibilities here. And I don't want the other members of my troupe going into town either. As much as this life wears on me at times, I have a responsibility to look after the members of my troupe. And something about this place puts me on edge.
Like all the smiles?
Partially. The people are odd. But I've been places where people are odd before. There's a strong Fae presence here in this domain.
The caller, you said they are from your time before the carnival. So
yes.
presumably also Fae.
To my recollection, no, as it happens. But my memories of my time, of my life before are hazy.
Like, how much time are we talking that you've known the caller? Been in an epic clash? A dance?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, I am in mortal years, probably around 530.
Huh.
You don't look a day over 30.
Well, that's the elf in me. How long it's been since I've seen the caller is a different matter. Again, it's hard to say. I've been with a carnival. I was with a different carnival for a time, and now I'm with this carnival. I've been with a carnival for 300 or so years now. Immortal years. Time works differently in the Feywild, so it's hard for me to say definitively how many years that was, but...
So if we just cut right to the chase, if we go into town and try to find these detectives...
This is something that I would consider mutually beneficial, right?
Of course, yeah.
You need Ray and Sedgwick to find this wizard that you're looking for. And I need them back to unveil the traitor in my midst.
Yes. We only need them just for their information. We can just get that from them when we find them.
By all means.
Could we if we bring them back alive, hopefully, could you owe us a favor?
Well, now that is interesting. I was intending to offer a reward of sorts if you ensure they return here alive.
Like money or?
Well, I could give you money, of course, but a group of hardy adventurers like yourselves might have need of some more practical items. She strolls over to her locked wooden chest, opens it up, and pulls out this very nice set of studded leather armor. It's been dyed forest green, and it's embossed with sort of faint designs of like leaves and fey creatures. She holds out the like cuirass and says, "This was from my previous life. It's got an enchantment that bolsters the defensive capabilities of this set of armor. I see a couple of you are dressed in lighter armors. Could make good use of this. If you were to bring them back, it would be yours. I don't need it anymore."
That's very nice. Bowmin, what were you going to ask first?
I know the Fae don't necessarily like to have favors held above them, so it was more of a let's see the best thing I could get. But that seems pretty good.
So,
would you
no,
allow me to just look at it a little closer?
absolutely. She hands it to you.
Oh, okay.
Just the cuirass, not the whole set. But
Sure. Let's see how long we'd sit here chit-chatting, but I'm going to try to just identify.
yeah, go for it.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Wrong character. I can't do that.
Were you playing
I don't know that spell.
Theodore?
This isn't Theodore.
Well, well,
Whoopsie. Okay, I'm just going to look at it.
yeah. It looks nice. It looks nice. She takes it back. So, do we have a deal?
Do you have any idea what's going on in that town? Because they give me the heebie-jeebies.
They are odd. Yes. The village is named Viktal. The domain is Tempest. Viktal is the only inhabited settlement in Tempest, as far as I can tell. There are ruins of other settlements. We passed by a few as we were traveling into this domain. But Viktal is the only town. As I say, there's a strong Fey presence pervading this entire domain. The people, they seem very pleased by our presence here. They've invited a number of us to come join them for their seasonal festival, which I believe is happening soon, tomorrow or the next day, sometime soon. They call the festival the Tithe. I don't know what is involved in the festival, but based on what I've heard, it sounds like food, merriment, games, that sort of thing. You know, standard rural festival. The town is small. It's not large. It seems to subsist mostly off of farming, though there's a little bit of fishing. There's a lake to the north, up that way, a bit. So fishing and farming, mostly. These are the only tilled fields that I have seen since being in Tempest. And they worship a deity they call the Mother. But I don't know all that much about them. Like I say,
heebie-jeebies.
I get a bad feeling. Not
In the evening.
No, please.
In the evenings, can we sleep on the grounds? We have our own tiny hut that we can erect, but we would feel more comfortable staying here after dark.
By all means. You're doing me a favor. I can easily allow you to stay on the premises of the carnival. At any rate, unfortunately, I feel that if you are to track down the detectives, the logical place to start would be the village. I don't see where else the detectives would have gone. Oh, I have... she pops over to the door and you hear her say, Hermos, get Ariana to put together a sketch of the detectives.
I was going to ask you, the detectives, they were traveling with you for some time.
Yes.
Would you by chance have access to maybe an article of clothing that they had, something that had a scent or something, just to further our investigation?
Did they have rooms?
They had a tent. I will ask Hermos to go see if there's anything there as well. She pops back out, relays that to Hermos.
The dirtier, the better.
Yes, I don't know if they would have left any of their clothing items behind, but Hermos can go check.
Fantastic.
Just because they're investigating someone who is not being super loyal to you, are there any people that have been either extra helpful or extra shady in this whole ordeal?
Well, the thing is, with the carnival, in terms of shadiness,
Sure.
everyone here is a little bit shady.
Sure.
So, and as far as helpfulness goes, that's a good thought. I have the suspicion that the troop can sense my general displeasure, let's say, and make it a point to be additionally helpful around such times.
Got it.
They think they're coy about it. They're not, but...
Well, you seem very pleasant to us, well, at least to me. I'll speak for everyone else. You seem pretty cool.
Well, you've not given me any reason to be angry at you as of yet. And
Likewise.
furthermore, you are the first real option I've had since the detectives disappeared a day and a half, 2 days ago, to find them. So, a little cordiality never hurts anyone.
All right. Well, Probably, unless we're feeling really antsy, get the scent trail.
We
Pitch
just
our own
traveled
tent.
a really long time
Yeah,
to get here.
yeah.
Mhm.
First thing tomorrow.
Very well. I will in the morning find Hermos, and he can get you the items and additionally the sketch of the detectives.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
Well, if you think of anything else, or if we think of any other questions, we'll just come knocking.
Of course. I don't sleep, so, anytime.
Oh, right.
At any rate, I look forward to hearing of your success.
Ditto. Toodles.
And with that,
where should we set up our tent?
she steps out of the tent with you all and sort of indicates there's a sort of an open spot, sort of at the edge of the staff camping area. So.
Okay. Cool.
So with that, you all can go get set up for the night. Bed down.
Before we leave, Matt, do you have something else you wanna?
Oh, I'm as we're leaving, so go for it.
I'm also as we're leaving, so
Ooh, this could be fun.
Who wants to go first?
all right, Matt, is even or odds?
Evens. I'm a balanced
That was
boy.
cocked. All right, go ahead.
Okay. I just want to keep an eye out for, as we're leaving, the big boss's tent, who is watching us. And as we're setting up our little camp or whatever, if there's anyone lingering,
Yeah. Make a perception
with the
check.
goal of following them back.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Is good. Perception 28.
28. Okay, let me roll for something real quick. Evens or odds?
Evens. It worked well last time.
You keep a good eye out. You don't see anyone paying you any more attention than anyone else. Sort of everyone is kind of watching you guys a bit, just because a bunch of strangers just got escorted into the staff-only area and then had a meeting with Isolde and now are going to lay down and sleep in the staff area. So that obviously attracts a certain amount of attention. But you don't see anyone paying you undue attention as of right now. Of course, I should point out that the Carnival has not closed for the evening. There's still stuff going on in the public areas. And so it's potentially someone who may be more interested in paying you all extra attention might be indisposed right now. So, but yes, that's what you get.
That's
Bowmin, what was the thing you wanted to do?
Before, as everyone leaves Isol's tent, Bowman's gonna turn to Isol and say, "Do you drink alcohol?"
I think you would struggle to find anyone who works at a carnival who doesn't drink.
Are you busy right now?
Are you asking me to have a drink with you?
I'm asking you to drink many drinks with me. Just, I want to hear stories.
Make a persuasion check.
We don't often stop for very long, and we don't often find interesting people. Many people are boring.
Bowman's got a crush.
Not a crush. Okay, maybe a little. Persuasion. Oh, fuck yeah, that is a 28 against her constitution.
Well, why not?
Fantastic.
You seem an interesting fellow.
Great. And I just start pulling out all the booze I have in my portable hole.
Great. Is there anything in particular you wanted to ask her about or chat about or anything? Or do we just want to hand wave this sequence?
Bowman's just trying to make some friends. That's all.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah, you stay up a little while longer, drinking with Isolde and swapping tales and such. And how much do you reveal to her?
We're in a completely different realm. I think Bowman's like, he's got really nothing to hide.
Sure.
None of us are there.
That's specifically why Bowman waited till all you left.
Yeah. So at one point she says, "Wow, an old man who slayed a dragon. That's something else." Well, I guess you didn't slay it, did you? According to your story.
Not. I didn't slay that one, no. But I plan to. That is the hope, after all. If I make it that long.
Well, if you ever find a way to leave Ravenloft, you'll have to tell me.
I'll definitely write you something. How did you get here from the Fae realm? If you don't mind me asking, I don't mean to.
No,
oppose.
It's an interesting story. Something of a trade. This carnival was not always mine. I was in charge of a different carnival for my patron, Elina. And oh wait, no, hold on. I'm gonna scratch that. She didn't say that. She doesn't actually remember the patron's name. Sorry. That was one of the things that's hazy from her past life. That's a whoopsie on my part, not canon. Anyway,
wind it back.
This was something of a trade. I ran a different carnival for a time, and my carnival at the time and this carnival, both were able to travel to interesting destinations, let's say. And I met this other carnival run by a Mr. Witch and a Mr. Light. And Mr. Witch and Mr. Light and I decided that it would be a good bit of fun to trade carnivals until we cross paths again. And someday we will cross paths again, but in the meantime, I travel Ravenloft. Mostly. I can go to the material plane for short stints with the carnival, but not frequently. And the Feywild is even more difficult to travel to.
Well, it's quite the show you have here, for sure. Do you like it?
I like it. That is an interesting question. Not particularly, if I'm being honest. I'd rather be doing other things, but I have to stay here.
If I may give some advice, as an old man who didn't slay a dragon, once you spend most of your known life doing one thing, and then you immediately have to stop doing that one thing, it feels like a knife to the stomach. But eventually, it heals, and you're a lot happier at the end.
I appreciate that, but I have to stay at least until the job is done. Make a perception check for me.
Yeah.
15. Okay. You see that as she says that last bit, her hand is resting again on her sword, on Nepenthe.
I feel the same. I have to see it until the end. But it might be different for somebody who lives for so long, but the end could be any day now for someone like me.
Well, hopefully you won't die until you bring me back my detectives.
That is the plan. It was great joining you this evening.
You as well.
Okay, let's go. Bowmin stands up, falls down on his face drunk.
Great. What was everybody else doing tonight? Anybody have anything you wanted to do?
Remembering Bowmin, because we presume he's dead now.
Right.
I guess both Artie and I would have set up the tent or the huts.
Oh, right. You both have the hut situation. Yeah. You got a double dome.
Double dome.
Does anyone,
Double dome.
does anyone want to like snoop
Yeah.
around? Nyx wants to snoop. Jinarra wants to snoop. Let's see. How can we snoop?
I don't necessarily want to snoop on the carnival. I want to snoop on the smiley people.
I want to sleep on the carnival.
Okay. So yeah, you can each take one of those jobs. Jinarra, are you planning on leaving the carnival grounds, or are you just planning on snooping on the villagers while they're in the carnival?
I'm going to disguise self so that I look different. And I'm just going to try to hang out by groups of them. I'm specifically trying to find anyone who's very smiley, who's kind of by themselves a little bit more, in hopes that in the future I could cast disguise self to look like them if I need to.
Okay.
Damn.
You're going to go out and do that.
So smart.
Way better than I was going to do.
Nyx, what are you trying to do?
Do you want to be, like, see invisible again?
Oh.
No attacking, no spells.
Right. Right.
As a reminder.
You didn't tell me that last time. Sure. Yeah.
Great. Anyone else? While I'm doing it.
Is this gonna cost? I guess we're going to sleep soon. Never mind.
It'll be easy. Penny?
Penny's already asleep.
Oh. All right. Well, someone should probably look after her.
Great. So Jinarra and Nyx, you two go out into the carnival grounds. Jinarra, I guess either of you, feel free to make me either investigation or perception. depending on how you're...
Investigation. I am like, if I'm invisible, I'm going in.
Yeah, you're
inside
snooping.
stuff.
You're trying to find stuff about a carnival worker, trying to find who the trader is.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
okay.
I'm trying to do that.
Okay.
Or at least like who might know who the trader is.
Okay. So what did each of you get?
I got 24.
24 perception or investigation?
Perception.
Perception. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And Nyx?
I got a 16 investigation.
16 investigation. Okay. So Jinarra, you're going around, you see some of the villagers. You can see now as you're sort of getting closer to them, they aren't constantly smiling all the time. It's just they smile often and their smile is unsettling. But you approach sort of this group of villagers or sort of mingle around. You're trying to find one of these villagers who's sort of by themselves. As you're sort of like walking by one group, you notice one of the villagers has one eye, and no eye patch covering the empty socket. But seems just as cheery as the other like small group sort of around him. And as you sort of pass by, you hear them saying to one of the carnies, just like, may mother keep you and yours well cared for while you're here. And hey, if you change your mind, tithe is real good time, lots of food, good games. Come on over into the village. We're happy to have visitors anytime.
What's that?
Oh, hello there. Nice to meet you. You're not one of the carnival workers, are you?
I'm not, just passing through.
Oh, you're an out-of-towner. We don't get too many of them here in Viktal, but we're always happy to welcome you here into our lovely, lovely town. The Tithe is a seasonal festival. We have, four times a year, of course, changing of the seasons, to celebrate a mother and give thanks for all she does for us in Viktal. Keeps us well fed, keeps the dangers that live in the woods away from our homes. Ensures
what type of danger is there in the woods?
Oh, all sorts of danger in the woods. Monsters and fairies and all sorts of stuff. But mother keeps us, mother protects us, and mother's also blesses us with children, rare as they are in this domain. So we have a seasonal festival to celebrate all the gifts mother gives us and to give mother thanks and offer her what we can to thank her for our continued bountiful existence in our beautiful village. You should come to our Tithe Festival. It's tomorrow, as it so happens.
Oh, okay. I'll think about it, but perhaps I'll stop by.
Oh, well, I hope you do. And hey, mother keep you till then.
And you.
Keep going. You eventually do find one villager who seems to be on their own. As you are walking around, you noticed there weren't many, but there were one or two village locals who were missing an eye. And each time that you noticed that, it was the same eye. Their left eye was missing. But yeah, you go around. You do eventually find there is one of these villagers seems to be sort of more on their own. And you you sort of get a good look at them so you can disguise yourself as them.
Okay.
Should you decide to do that. So
Okay.
did you want to approach them and talk to them, or just get a good look at them?
Are they as smiley? They're as cheery and smiley as any of the others?
They seem like it. This one in particular is playing like a little carnival game. They win the grand prize and they say, "Well, shoot, Mother really did bless me with that one. I'll take the what's that one up there?" And the Carney's like, "That one is a limited edition stuffed Tarask. That's what you want?" Well, shoot, stuffed Tarask. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I'll have that. So he pulls down this like large stuffed animal Tarask and hands it over. Oh, well, thank you so much. Mother keep you. And wanders off.
I'm not. Can I get a vibe check? And I don't know. I'm
Roll
sure
for
I'm not
vibe.
going to learn anything.
Make an insight check.
24.
24. I would say just in general, based off of everything that you've observed interacting with these villagers, I'll give you two things. Thing number one, they seem really desperate to have some folks come to the Tithe Festival. Like, they really want some people to, some carnies, any outsiders to come join them for their Tithe Festival tomorrow. Thing number two, the ones with the missing eye seem to be way more zealous, I'll say, about Mother. Everybody that you see is constantly saying things like "Mother keep you," "Mother bless you," "Mother blesses all of us," like that sort of thing. But like the people that are missing their left eyes are really, really like they've got an extra sort of edge to the way they say it. Like they are the most devout. So that's what you get with 24 insight.
I'll take that.
Nyx, 16 investigation. Not bad, not incredible. You're able to do a pretty good like search around the carnival grounds. You poke into some tents, all that stuff, but you're getting tired. I will say, with all the poking in and out of tents and stuff, you don't find anything pointing you to who the traitor might be, unfortunately. You do find a handful of tents seem to have just like these little poorly made like trinkets that seem to be from the village that like flower crowns, and you're like, okay, whatever. But it seems like some of the villagers are, based on what you're able to find, some of the villagers seem to be giving things to the carnival workers.
Okay. Can I pocket one to bring back to the group?
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are able to reconvene a little bit later, except for Bowmin, who's drinking / passed out drunk, depending on what time it is at this point.
I will say, as I'm like going back through the crowd, any like loose change that I can from people?
Yeah. Okay. You are able to gather up the equivalent of 16 gold pieces.
Cool. Not that I'm hurting for cash, but
right.
like, it's a crowd of people.
Old habits die hard.
Yeah, you guys reconvene back at the domes. Anything else y'all want to do tonight other than just share the information you learned, or
are we gonna all sleep at once? Keep a watch?
We should definitely still keep watch.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Someone needs to drag Bowmin into the tent. Neither Elina nor myself can really move.
At this point, Hermos drags over the snoring body of Bowmin and says, "I have your friend. He passed out drunk in Isold's tent."
God damn, Bowmin. Well, he's not keeping watch.
Is this normal for him?
It really isn't.
No. Normally he is a little bit of... He can drink more. I mean, I don't know how much he had, but like, I've never seen him.
They had quite a lot based on the number of glasses on the table.
Damn, Bowmin.
Well, he like had oh my god. How is everyone?
Could I
tired?
Sorry, could I cast like what is it?
End hangover.
Electrolyte.
I don't think cure wounds is what I'm looking for.
I will say, if you have lesser restoration prepared,
I do.
I would say lesser restoration would prevent a hangover. I would say that is within lesser restoration's ability.
For Bowmin, I'm gonna cast lesser restoration for him.
Excellent.
Do I wake up or am I still asleep?
I have to touch you, so
I don't know, Bowmin. It's up to you if you think you'd wake up from like just a light touch to cast the spell, but I feel like you're pretty out.
He didn't wake up when Penny was freaking out, so
yeah,
that's true.
And Bowmin hears that. What? What's wrong with Penny? What?
Nothing.
What's wrong
Penny's
with everyone?
asleep.
How are we? Everyone got their like fortunes and shit read.
Mine was really helpful.
Yeah.
That was like 3 hours ago. Like, how's everyone doing?
Fine.
Because I don't believe any of you motherfuckers is fine.
Good.
Why wouldn't I be fine?
What did the fortune teller tell all of you?
She told me where I can find the cool stuff I want to build the even cooler thing.
Not traumatic. That's good.
No.
Jinarra, Bowmin, Elina. Well, Elina, you don't have to say it. We don't know you like that yet. I just want to see if anyone else will share.
Yes, I'd rather keep that to myself.
No, totally fair. We've known you for like 48 hours. Not really, but basically.
A week.
They're like a week.
Yeah, well.
Fun fact for you, Artemis. One of the things I need is in a lost library of a nameless realm, and I feel like that is Oikos.
All right.
So maybe we need to start asking people about a nameless realm in order to find.
Oh, so someone knew about a nameless realm. That's interesting. All right.
Yeah.
I believe it was also mentioned to me.
Did the fortune
nameless
teller
realm?
They said
have...
nameless realm. They didn't say Oikos.
Yes.
What if we've just been getting the name of the realm wrong this whole time? We just thought it was Oikos.
Yeah, what if you can't remember?
Nameless realm?
Well, that seems unlikely.
Maybe.
Seeing as you did show me, you said you found it in a book?
We did find it in.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not pronounced Oikos.
Maybe it's pronounced nameless realm, spelled Oikos.
No one needs to make a check for this. Based on the information you have, you know that's not the case. You know that the nameless realm thing is just because that's part of what seems to be the curse of Oikos.
Maybe there's another nameless realm. There could be, right?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Like
Whether
the
it's
same spell. If there's a spell on Oikos or curse on Oikos, there could be one on another one.
Sure. Although the whole the library thing, that's supposed to be the big source of knowledge that they had.
Oh, okay.
There was a pretty big library.
Like
That's also the stories went. That tracks.
Okay.
So everyone's good?
So I've been very quiet this whole time. Jinarra's been very quiet this whole time. I'm going to quietly cast Find Familiar to bring Little Flower around, and I'm going to be making everyone tea, and I'm going to say, so we need to have a quick family conversation. I think.
We got Mom's calling a family meeting.
Here's the thing. I have been having very bad dreams. And I thought that I was dealing with it, and I'm not. And the fortune teller told me that my dreams are not just dreams, apparently. And if I don't start dealing with it, I might be putting you all in danger. So,
for what?
I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I don't want to put you all in danger. So I genuinely want you all to vote on whether or not you would like me to stay with the party or not, because I don't want to be putting you all in harm's path.
Hey, Jinarra, what are the bad dreams?
Usually it deals with all the people who were killed by Fear Kindler.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't know. I don't always remember them when I wake up. I just know that they're real, real bad.
Well, I mean, we're putting our lives at risk for each other anyway, so
perhaps
why not just add another? It's kind of like when you are trying to clean something up and you already have a wet rag, adding more water to it. It's just might as well. Is that a good analogy? I don't know.
Are you okay?
You're not a wet rag.
Are we the wet rag? Or...
I'm a wet rag.
No one's a wet
This
rag.
is just adding more stuff. I'm already we're just already dealing with stuff.
Also, I mean, I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir. I'm sure you know this, but maybe just don't believe it. But the people that died were not your fault.
Mm-mm.
that was Fear Kindler's fault. And you did quite literally everything you could have done. I mean, you're one of the reasons that there weren't more deaths. You're one of the reasons Waterdeep was not completely destroyed.
I want you to start a dream journal.
That could help. Talking about it when you remember them.
Because then we'll at least have an idea of what these dreams are all about.
Okay.
What if your Kindler's in Jinarra's brain, and the reason we can't find him is because he's hiding out in there?
That would put us at risk, for sure.
But we're looking for him.
I
feel like he would have revealed himself by now.
I feel like the Blackstaff could have caught onto something like that. Maybe.
Can I do a perception check on myself?
We'll call it an insight check, but sure.
Can I check?
Have advantage?
Can I perception check on my brain?
What's that? 8. Wait, no, +7. Okay, that's better. 15.
You're pretty sure you don't have a dragon inside of your brain.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Whatever is going on with these nightmares, you don't think that's it.
How long have these bad dreams been happening?
Since Fear Kindler.
Jinarra.
Holy shit, that's been like 3 years.
No.
5 years. 17 years. How long has it been?
It's been like 8 months.
Holy shit, that's been like 8 months.
I will say, the dreams are worse now that you're in Ravenloft.
Yes.
Right. So.
Right.
I'm sorry you
I
didn't think
had
it
a
was
bad dream yesterday, too.
Was it
Maybe
about
it's
birds?
just
the birds.
all the weird and I'm like looking up at Penny. It's just like weird atmosphere or something. Like, you know, the messing.
I saw my mom.
Wait, you what?
Yeah. Elina, my mom's dead. So, yeah.
I'm very sorry about that.
It's...
Are you okay?
Me? All right. Here's the thing. While we're sharing, might as well throw it out to the group because it does affect all of us. My mom came to me and she told me that she thinks the demon dark whatever guy who is in charge of Oikos is trying to get Artie and Dagrin there for some reason. And she said that if we go into Oikos and do whatever we have to do, her soul and the souls of many others will be destroyed and not given an afterlife.
What?
Oh.
Yep. So I'm not saying that we don't have to go, we shouldn't go to Oikos. I'm not saying that we can't go to Oikos. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I figured I'd just throw that out there. Artie, I know that this is something you have to do, and I understand that. I'm not trying to stop you from doing that right now.
I mean, do you believe it? Her? Them?
My dead mom coming to me? Yeah, I do believe it. She looked pretty real. Touched me and everything.
No.
I don't know. I feel like something weird's going on. I mean, we knew that,
Well, that's
but
for sure.
I mean, maybe it's more of a trap than we thought it was going to be.
It's a dark something wanting both Dagrin and me. So that they could just eat a bunch of souls.
I'll say from Penny, from when you were talking to your mom, she had referred to the Dark Lord of where you're trying to get to. So that's what Penny was saying, was the Dark Lord of Oikos.
She seems to believe that they're trying to get you guys there. I don't know why. Maybe something to do with the sword. I don't know.
Did she mention a name?
No. I asked her to try to get more information. She said she might be able to see me again.
Oh, so this wasn't like a one and done premonition.
I don't know. Maybe. She says it's kind of hard, but it's to talk to me, but it's easier here. Well, it was in Morden, at least.
Oh, because of the ghost.
That's what I said. Literally.
Okay.
Anyways.
Well, we have a little bit before we even figure out where the heck this place is.
And if we find Dagrin before that, we might not even have to worry about Oikos.
Right. Yeah, but also Nyx's thing is in the library in Oikos.
Yeah, but this is like just a cool weird thing that I could build. I
don't know.
I'm not.
And also Oikos was in Alina's vision from the fortune teller.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot in Oikos that we need.
Your mother just said that if Dagrin and Artemis go there.
Yeah,
she made it pretty clear that if anyone goes in Oikos, it's going to be a bad thing. She seemed to be trying to stop us from doing it. I really hope she's not listening right now.
Like, do you think she could? Like, she's got powers?
She said she saw me in Waterdeep. She knew stuff that she shouldn't have known.
And you're sure it was your mom and not like something posing as your mom?
I mean, yeah, it could have been anything, I guess.
Well,
I don't know. How am I supposed to tell that it's my mom?
I don't know. Ask her a question that only she'd know?
I guess that's true.
I mean, for right now, we're not, as far as I know, we're nowhere near Oikos.
Right.
So until either your mom comes back with more information or we get closer, we continue to tell Dagrin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully this wizard can just point us in the right direction.
And maybe tell us why a ghost woman would be warning us against going there. That would also be helpful.
Yeah, the wizard's pointing us in the direction of Oikos, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because that's where we're presuming Dagrin's getting.
Right.
But he's also not really to be trusted, so...
But also, it's crazy to think that, I mean, my mom died in Waterdeep. That's a totally different realm.
Why is she here?
This could have, like, really wide-reaching consequences. I'm not saying we shouldn't go. I'm not saying that we're not going to go. It's just weird that, I don't know.
I mean, you probably are a tether for your mother's soul. Being the youngest of your family.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, for all of this, one thing's sure. We won't survive a single day without Jinarra here.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's true.
Unless
you really want to go back to Waterdeep. Like, if you want to go back to Waterdeep...
If you can figure out how to get back to Waterdeep.
You can't go back to Waterdeep. But, you know, it's a nice sentiment.
I feel like you're better off with us because we're gonna figure out, hopefully. God, I really hope we're not stuck here. How many of us are there? 6 heads are better than one trying to figure out how to get back.
I'll try the dream journal thing, but I know we're constantly in danger, but I'm not going to let this add to the danger.
Yes.
Also, if you like need a break, you know, for us to just like sit Or if you need to just punch something, I'm sure Bowmin can take a hit.
Okay.
I'm good, but thank you. All right. Well,
Bedtime?
let's try to get some sleep. We might be going to the Tithe Festival tomorrow.
Yeah, what time does
We'll figure
Tithe
it
start?
out.
Is that like an 8 a.m. thing, a 10 a.m. thing, a noon thing?
What is time in this dimension?
That's true.
I bet you it starts at high noon.
Really? Not like a sunrise thing?
Nah,
Is it a harvest festival?
Well, what season are we in?
You have no clue what season it is right in this domain. It was spring where you came from.
Well, we'll just wing it like we always do.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, that should have been our name.
Just wing it?
Yep.
That is a good name.
Well,
We could
our
be
name
Brett.
is set in stone. We could always change it.
No, people already have T-shirts. It's
Do they?
awkward. Yeah, it was weird last time we were in Waterdeep.
I may have written a song.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, that's right. It was
Like
your
a whole
tour
anagram
T-shirt.
thing.
And with that, you all go ahead, lay down, take a long rest. You can do watches, but I won't make you roll for anything for that. You can take a long rest.
At some point can Bowmin pull Jinarra out of the tent and just talk to her?
Bowmin, you wanted to pull Jinarra aside, you said, and then Nyx, you have something too. So we'll do Bowmin and Jinarra first.
Okay. Bowmin, I think, wakes up Jinarra or see if Jinarra's awake or whatever, and asks her to step out of the tent for a moment. I'm sorry you're dealing with all that bad dreams and such. I am very familiar with the concept of grief. I don't share this with the group, but I've gone through grief counseling with the priest back in Waterdeep. If you need any assistance with processing those feelings, I'm not an expert, but I can help.
Oh, thanks, Bowmin. I really appreciate it.
People don't often think of strong characters like us that need a little bit extra help, but it's good, nice to have help. I've learned.
It is.
All right, let's get back to bed.
Yeah.
Two of you return to the dome. And then Nyx, what is it that you wanted?
I think on my watch, I don't think I would have. I think I'm taking this watch by myself. And I'm just whittling away, and I end up finishing my little cat in the hat figurine that I've been making for Penny, and I just put it next to Penny so that it's theoretically the first thing she sees when she wakes up.
Excellent. So, morning time comes. Penny, you have a new little wooden statue of a cat wearing a hat.
Cute. I don't remember the context for this, but cute.
I don't remember it either.
Did you win that at the carnival?
No, Nyx made it for me.
Oh.
She's been making me a cat in the hat. I'm searching cat in my notes.
I just have a note on the margin of my notes that says, make Penny a wooden figurine of a cat in the hat.
I have nothing in my notes about cat.
Yeah.
No. It might have just been a throwaway moment that
Yep.
At any rate, as morning comes, the dome fades away. The domes fade away. I'm imagining that This probably isn't technically how the spell works, but I'm imagining you set up your domes like overlap just a little bit. So maybe it looked like from the outside a giant butt or something.
100% we are a giant butt.
But at any rate, the domes fade and Hermos comes over and says, "Good morning. As requested, first a sketch," and he hands you, as daintily as he can, a piece of paper that has a charcoal sketch of the two detectives. One of them appears to be elven based on the ear shape and also appears to use a wheelchair. And then the other is not in a wheelchair. They're both wearing long coats. Hard to get much in terms of like skin tone or hair color or that sort of thing from a charcoal sketch. But yeah, the other one's human. They both appear to be wearing like long. They were drawn wearing long coats. So.
And who drew this?
One of the
Annabelle, Annalise.
Yeah.
And something. I don't remember.
Yes. Ariana.
Quite good.
You seeing anyone?
She's a lesbian.
All right.
Can I ask the questions about skin tone, hair color, and
yes,
can I use
yes.
disguise self to try to
yes.
like
so
do I
so yeah. So Hermos says that
it's like in a video game when you're just scrolling through all of the different
yeah. So Alanik Ray is the elf in the wheelchair. He has light skin color, blonde hair, and then Arthur Sedgwick is the human. He's got a brown skin, dark hair. Alanik Ray's weapon is a pistol, and Arthur Sedgwick's weapon is a sword. So.
Okay.
Oh, and were you able to procure a item of their clothing?
That was the other reason I came over. I have this pair of glasses that I believe belonged to Alanik Ray. I didn't see other articles of clothing about the tent, but I don't know if these will hold a scent for your purposes, but there you go.
Better than nothing. I summon Hayes.
Yeah.
And find Steed, and I just see if he can pick up a scent or something.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead. Make a perception check. I believe with advantage because of keen smell.
The perception is wisdom. Advantage. Oh, I'm so thankful that was advantage because the other one was a nat one. That is a 17.
17. Yeah, Hayes sniffs it, barks, and seems to have picked up a scent. You don't know how strong the scent is, but Hayes seems to know a general direction to head in.
Fantastic.
Hermos says, "Well, good luck. Hopefully we will see you soon. You still have the ticket, yes? That you used to find the carnival?
Yes.
Just in case.
I have it.
Just in case we need to move on from this domain. You can use that ticket to catch up with us wherever we end up going next."
Okay.
But so we have to walk another 9 hours.
Well, perhaps not. We may still. I'm just in case. And with that, you guys leave the carnival grounds following Hayes.
Should we do any like preparations before this? Did we all get an inspiring, maybe, I don't know, a speech or?
Oh, yes, thank you. I'm so distracted by writing in my dream journal this morning. I forgot to give a speech over breakfast. But yeah, we're gonna go to the Tithe Festival and not die and hopefully not get sacrificed. And yeah, everyone gets 14 temporary hit points.
I love that our rousing speech is just our to-do list for
Yep.
the
Yeah. All right, guys, this is what we gotta
really
take care of.
helpful.
It is.
We gotta go to the store. We gotta pick up some milk, eggs, bread, and butter.
And
More often
don't
than not.
die.
In tandem is not on the same page, so this is a good reminder to us.
Is it inspiring?
You make your way following Hayes down the lane. As you go, it does seem like Hayes is leading you in the direction of Viktal. You're going down this like lane between these fields. You're surrounded by fields of various types of wheat, and grains, barley, etc. You see some people working the fields, but they're working the fields and they look up at the sky as if they're trying to tell what time it is. And you see one of them like looks up, wipes his brow, looks over at you, takes off his straw hat, smiles wide and says, good morning! Festival starts soon. Joining us for the tithe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
mother,
gonna
keep
beeline for
you.
this guy. I'm gonna beeline for him.
Yeah, he's like out in the middle of his field, so you have to like
Great.
push through his
It just-
field of like wheat.
Artemis.
I just like Artemis
doing
just
that.
does a
I'll be right
dead
back.
sprint.
Oh, you're trampling on my crops a little bit there, bud, but that's okay. Mother will make sure it grows nice and hardy.
Oh, so I actually I grew up in a very agricultural family.
Oh,
So,
excellent.
Spots. So, tithe. What should I expect?
Oh, it's a great little festival we have here every season just to celebrate the blessings that Mother gives us. She's the reason our fields are so bountiful, weather's so nice. She's the reason why we are blessed with wonderful children. Mother looks after us. So the least we can do is 4 times a year celebrate Mother in exchange.
Amazing. Well, Mother, keep us. I'm gonna like pull out a drink.
Mother keep you as well. I've just got a little bit of reaping to finish up doing, and then I'm gonna head into town for the festival myself.
Oh, good. Maybe try and find us later.
I
Is it
will.
on the festival you'll be able to find us?
Yes. If you head into town, I'm sure there will be someone who will lead you right to the fairgrounds. We're always excited when outsiders are interested in our local customs.
Absolutely. So I can tell them, what to expect. What's like, because they're a little on the fence, and I've got to keep them, they want to turn around. They're a bit of spoil sports. What should I tell them to really, what's some item that's there that I can convince them?
First of all, there are all sorts of excellent games that happen during the festival. There's the Crooked Joust and the Powery Chase, Lost Siblings, Gossamer Glutton, Hungry Sister, and Never Naughty. I mean, excellent games. And the winner of each game gets a little prize. And then whoever has won the most prizes at the end of the festival gets a special blessing from Mother.
Special blessing?
A special blessing. Yes, it's truly excellent. Like? And of course, there's a huge feast in honor of Mother's favorite. The one who wins the most prizes in the festival is Mother's favorite.
Well, I do like being the favorite.
Well, there you go. Yes. So you should there's those games. There's the traditional, you'll actually see people in the traditional festival garb, flower crowns, and some traditional cloaks.
Do we need flower crowns?
Oh, someone will be more than happy to set you up with flower crowns and cloaks when you enter the village.
And your name, good sir. Do you mind sharing with me?
Yes. Oh, how very rude of me. I'm so sorry. I'm Gerald.
Gerald. Artemis, all right, Shield.
Nice to meet you, Artemis. All right. Well, enjoy the tithe. I'll be along shortly as soon as I finish up my work here.
Looking forward to it, my good sir. Thank you. Gerald. Does Gerald have all of his eyes?
Yeah, Gerald has both his eyes.
All of his
insight check
eyes.
on Gerald. Are we to be offered?
Make an insight check.
Garbage. 11. No. 9.
You don't get much off this guy. He just seems excited for the festival.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
and excited that outsiders are interested in local customs.
head back. Yeah, this place is fucked.
I
will tell everyone.
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah, you continue on your way.
Flower crowns.
Yeah, you share all that, I assume, as you guys continue walking. Eventually, you pass out of the sort of grain fields and you move into different types of crops, past some orchards and then some like root vegetables and such, before finally arriving in the small village itself. You see that the village has sort of, flowers strung up across the street to celebrate the festival. You do see some locals are putting together flower crowns and then sewing what appeared to be cuts of meat into cloaks and handing them out to each other.
Oh.
You see nearby, you see a group of villagers singing and dancing in a circle around someone who appears to be undergoing a ritual. There's like 3 people in this circle. There's this guy in the very center, then there's somebody next to him with a knife, and then a third individual who's standing nearby. The one with the knife and the third individual standing nearby are both missing their left eyes. As the song... No, like, they look like they've been missing their eyes for a while. But as the song reaches its climax, they stab out the guy in the center's left eye and remove it.
I'm not playing that game.
And everybody cheers and claps. And the third gentleman in the center says, excellent. Welcome, Henry, to Mother's Minders. And the guy with the bleeding eye socket says, thank you, Bertram. I'm so happy that my faith has been rewarded.
What did they call him?
You raise your hand and Bertram looks up.
No.
That's
for
Yes. What would you like?
I would like to turn the fuck around and rip a little piece of my, I don't know, cloak, clothes, shirt, something.
Yeah.
I need to make an eye patch over my left eye.
Well, most of the people here aren't missing their left eyes, but
I need an eye patch over my left eye.
Fair enough. Roll it. Are you trying to do this secretly?
Sure. I was gonna ask, have we been noticed yet?
Roll a stealth check for me. You have been, like, a few, like, you see the person who's like doing the flower crowns and cloaks and stuff. It's like, oh, welcome. Are you here to celebrate the Tide Festival? You can flower crowns, cloaks, to participate. What did you get on your stealth check, Artemis?
21.
21. Okay. Nobody seems to have noticed you do that. But this woman like hands out some crowns. Bertram, the guy who seems to have been leading that little eye gouging ceremony, says, "Ah, newcomers for the tithe. Oh, I'm so thankful. Mother really has blessed us with wonderful people to come celebrate this wondrous season from with us. I'm Bertram. I'm what you'd call sort of the village leader. And welcome. Are you you there? Are you missing an eye?
I am.
Oh,
Astute observation.
You didn't lose it in a ceremony, though, so that must have been horrible.
It was traumatic, but in my own way, I remember it well.
Well, perhaps Mother will bless you anyway.
Perhaps.
But Mother's blessings come in many forms. Not all of us can be lucky enough to be chosen for Mother's minders. But perhaps one of you, despite the fact that you're newcomers, perhaps one of you could be Mother's favorite by winning the most festival games.
What exactly happens if you're Mother's favorite?
Well, I can't pretend to know what brings you to this lovely town other than the Tithe Festival, of course, but whoever is Mother's favorite may, Mother will appear before us tonight at midnight, and whoever's Mother's favorite can ask a boon of her.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Where are these games?
Ben says, "Here's the big red button.
Wait.
Would you like to press it?"
If you, we're about to launch the parade up to the festival grounds now. You can come with us.
What's Hayes doing?
Hayes is like just generally sniffing around. It seems like the scent is strong in town because Hayes is moving around like a lot, but doesn't seem to know where the threat is going. Not quite a good enough roll to get you past. They did stop in town. Okay. Whether they are still in town, you're not sure. But they did come this way.
I guess we look for someone in a wheelchair? Or an area that looks like restricted access.
Yeah. Or, yeah. I mean, they could be in any house. Any farm.
We have magic for this shit, do we? Which character am I playing?
What are you trying to do?
Is the guy still standing?
I mean, like, find, like, person is a spell.
We'll catch up with you on that parade thing.
Excellent. Grab a flower crown. Or I think Cindy was making some animal masks for people who really wanted.
Oh boy.
Fuck yes.
We have to we gotta make a game plan, strategy.
All right, but only one person can be Mother's favorite.
Yeah.
Right.
Party. Cindy.
But yeah, we'll catch up with you.
All right. Well, Mother keep you. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, Mother.
I'll keep you. Where is Cindy?
Oh, she's down the street over there. And he points to another stall where a woman is also doing those cloaks, but she also has some animal masks.
Ah, of course. That was on my left side. Can't see.
I understand that.
Does he also have both eyes?
No, Bertram is missing his left eye.
Okay, he's devout.
So Mother's favorite, do people see them again? Do we know that? Do we know if people see Mother's favorites again, or are they gone?
Yeah, maybe there's like a Miss Mother's favorite fest pageant that's all the past mother's favorites.
Right. Or are they just gone?
That would be convenient.
We should find that out.
Bertram!
No.
Bertram!
We should ask the. I feel like if
I'll
we
ask
ask
Cindy.
him too many questions,
True, Cindy.
they'll get
Mhm.
suspicious.
You're right.
That's a good
Let's
point.
get masks and crowns to
I'm
blend
not
in.
wearing a mask.
We can.
I'll
all right,
get a
I would
crown.
like a mask.
I want a crown though.
Oh, I
Right.
don't know if I would recommend putting any of these on.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to avoid that entirely.
Okay.
But it's just flowers.
Something about participating in this festival is
excuse me, Jesus.
seems
Creepy as fuck.
a bit off.
I just don't want. I'd like to keep my eyes and not have to smile.
How attached are we all to our left eyes?
Incredible.
Quite.
Very attached.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, it's just an eye, right?
ideally, permanently.
Have you?
Ideally.
If you don't have the other one, you're depth perception, and you are a gun expert.
I'm surprised you know the concept of depth perception, Mr. Bowmin.
I served in the military for so many years. We have talked about this.
I think that's wise advice, though. Let's not wear the things. We don't know what causes the smiling.
So you're saying we can't even wear the meat cloaks?
Do you want to?
I don't know, but I really want a flower crown.
I suppose if you're that interested, we could make them later.
That's true.
We could we make our own flower crown so we blend in without wearing theirs?
If only one
Yeah,
could...
wait. Can I go, like, over to the flower crown stand?
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Mother keep
No,
you.
no, no,
Welcome.
I'm being stealthy. Like, I will
roll a stealth.
spy on this
I'll
lady.
distract. I'll talk to the vendor.
Okay.
Mother keep
Where's
you.
Cindy?
The
That's
vendor
24.
still says that.
Yeah. Yeah, 24. Okay.
That's a
What are you trying to find out?
Like, I just want to watch her make a couple.
Yeah.
Just
Easy enough.
to, like, one, see if I can do it with my, like,
You think you probably
different-
can.
tinkery things. And then two, is there any weird shit that she does?
Not as far as you can tell. It just
Okay.
seems like she's making flower crowns and sewing bits of meat into cloaks.
Can I?
It's the meat that's freaking me out.
I'm gonna sneak off to like a field area and just like plop myself down, and I am gonna attempt to see if there's anything weird about these flowers.
Make an investigation or nature check.
Okay, we're gonna do an investigation.
Make a botanist check.
Didn't think that was gonna be an option. Non-natural 20.
They seem like normal flowers.
Okay, I'm gonna pick some. Does
Okay.
anybody yell at me?
No one seems to be paying you much attention because you got a 24 stealth check.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I'm just gonna gather up a bunch of flowers, just
Yeah.
like wildflowers.
Yep, and you can easily enough make flower crowns for your group in a few minutes. Come back, deliver them so that everybody can blend in. And as
Are
you do,
Cindy?
am I Cindy? No, Cindy's down the street. She's got the animal masks.
Right. Sorry. Good day. Mother keep you.
Mother keep you. Enjoy the festival.
Why couldn't we
Always
just ask
love
that
when-
guy?
I always love when outsiders come and visit us.
Does it happen often?
Not often enough.
No, that one
Oh,
A whisper
Not
on the wind.
yeah. Anyway, Nyx returns, delivers her handmade flower crowns, which look close enough. And it is around this time that you start hearing drums beating and like little horns blowing, and Bertram, the guy from before, calls out from the front of a gathering crowd. Welcome! The Tithe Festival begins! Let us make our way to the festival grounds where we can celebrate Mother's bounty. And with that, we will end tonight's episode.
Ah,
Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. And we'll see you next time.
Good call.
It's getting weird.